Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend No Way. In this video, I want to look at follow the leader. What happens when you follow the leader? When the leader fails, so do you, because you're following them. When we look back through history, what destroyed every country, every nation, every kingdom, every person? It was when the people followed the leader. When the leader failed, everybody else failed. See, when we look back, let's go all the way back to King David. When King David was being very sinful, very ungodly in his ways, it reflected upon Israel as a whole. That's how God worked for them. If you demanded a king like everybody else, even though Israel only had one king, which was to be God. And when they denied God that kingship, and we want a man, God warned them. And now, with this man as a king over them, when the king failed, what happened? Israel failed. When King David was doing so wrong within his life, and that power went to his head, what did God do? At first, God did not punish King David. He punished the nation as a whole, until King David saw the error of his ways and changed his own heart and changed his ways to the ways of God. Then the nation was not healed until King David done so. So when we start coming up through history and we look at all these different nations and all these different kingdoms and all these different countries that have failed, why did they fail? They failed because they followed the leader. So in America today, why are we failing so bad in America today? Because people are doing the same thing. They're following the leader. They don't like the leader that's in place, but they follow this other leader, and it was the previous leader of this nation that led us to the place that we are. He was the one that set us up. He was the one that drug everybody in. You had the haters on one side and the followers on the other, but everybody came to the same result: tyranny, destruction. Everybody shut down their businesses. Everybody put their face diaper on. Now we're seeing millions of people bowing down and getting a medical device that is killing people, that is harming people. And there's nothing I find more disgusting today than the people that have bowed down, gotten their medical device to keep their employment or whatever, and then sit there and tell other people, stand your ground, stand your ground. Why? You didn't stand your ground. You bowed down to the tyranny. You bowed down to the medical martial law. You bowed down to the genocide, to the destruction of all of mankind. You bowed down, but now you're going to sit there and lecture me about standing my ground when you weren't even willing to stand your ground. Me, I'm going to stand my ground. I will gladly go to my grave for God. To hell with man. I could not care less. I see so much destruction within people's lives. Look at the biggest thing today, the past few days. What is it? The follow the leader. What is this follow the leader? The people that are so-called leading. Oh, they have millions of subs, and they get hundreds of thousands of views on all their videos, and oh, I wish I could be just like them. What do you mean you're taking away my dislikes and my likes? What's the big deal? If you have a message for the people, then does it matter how many views you get or how many dislikes to likes? Does it matter? Does any of that matter? No, it doesn't, because that is what occupies your mind. And you can say it all you want, but if you care more about the millions of subs somebody has and the millions of views these people get, if that's what means truth to you, then you failed. You are following the leader. And the leader you should be following, which is Jesus Christ, is not going to happen. And you will not have prosperity, and you will not make it through this world unscathed, because you are following someone else. At the same time you're following someone else, you want other people to follow you. This is why the world will fail. This is why the book of Revelation is telling us that the world is going to fail, because everybody's following a leader, and everyone's following the wrong leader. They're following the wrong leader. The leader should be Jesus Christ, not a person of flesh. This is why you'll see on my videos now, there's no more comments. There's never been any likes or dislikes being seen, because that doesn't matter to me. And it shouldn't matter to other people. If you're only watching somebody's video so you can dislike it to shame them, then I don't care about you anyway. And if you're going to like or dislike my video, that doesn't mean nothing to me, because I have a message that I want people to listen to for their heart and for their soul. And you're giving away your soul if you're only thinking about, oh, well, nobody can see the likes or dislikes. Who cares? Does that really matter? I have never, ever allowed people to see the likes and dislikes. And it's not for the reason Mark Dice says. Mark Dice says, oh, the people that don't show that is because they're getting more dislikes and they don't want to be insulted. And no, I get 90 to 100% likes on all of my videos for the people that do. And it doesn't matter. That's why it's not there. That is not why I put it there. If you don't like the content, then go away. Leave. Bye. Have a nice life. If you like it, then come back and check out the next video or the next video. That's how it works. It is for someone's heart. Because I am seeing now what is happening with all these people doing live streams and everything else, and it's a shame. If you don't care about your listeners enough to give them the time of day, then why do you want your listeners to give you the time of day? Why was my podcast so successful when I did it? Is because I put my listeners first. I cared about them, and I showed in my words and in my show that I cared about them. It was not about me, it was about them. And that's why people liked it. But I see today is more people care about themselves. They care about having their ego boosted. They care about everything except for the people that listen. If all you care about is yourself, then you will never go nowhere. You will never save the souls, and you will eventually be let down, because that's how God works. God will tear you down. God will build you up, and he will tear you down. That's how the game there is played. So it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of likes or dislikes, the amount of views, the amount of subscribers. No, if you do not care about the people listening to you enough to show them that you care more about them than you do yourself, and you're promoting this person and this person, and then you ignore this person and this person, but these people that you're ignoring, you still want them to listen, you still want them to be there, because that's what boosts your ego. The number of people listening, the number of views you get after, if that means more to you than the message you have, then don't be surprised when the people leave. New people come and they leave. New people come and they leave. And you never really grasp the concept, then you're going to fail. It's never going to go nowhere. For the people that are getting hundreds of thousands of views on their videos, and they are very egotistical people. And for those people that just hang on everything they say, look at it. Look at the hate and the mocking and the belittling that these people constantly do. That's That's why they're getting it, because people are eating that hatred up. They're living with that hatred in their heart. And that's why I don't do that. And I don't go down that path, because I don't want people following me down that path of mocking and hatred and belittling. Because it is to love thy neighbor and love your enemy and to love your fellow man enough to tell them the truth. If you keep going down this path, you're going to hell, period, done, end of story. If you only want a relationship with your creator because you're listening to people on YouTube and they're leading you astray and they're leading you into falsehoods, that you refuse to see the truth of what did happen, and now you'll believe something that didn't happen, but you believe it did happen because, well, this guy gets 400,000 views per video, so he must be right. So if that's the case, then geez, look at Satan. Satan has 3 or 4 billion people in the world doing his bidding every day. So wow, he must be right. Look at all the followers he has. Because you're overlooking the 4 billion people that follow God. And you're dwelling on those people that Satan has propped up. So think about it. If you don't change your heart and put people before yourself, then there is no saving nothing. And we are at a time when it's your heart that is going to be judged. Not the number of views, not the number of likes to dislikes, none of the mocking, the hatred, and the belittling. Because if you look at it, that's what a lot of people are doing. That's all they're doing. So it's time to change your ways and stop following the leader and be the leader of your own destiny. And that is the only way to salvation. That is the only way to happiness. That is the only way to heaven. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is No Way.